onto the main story. I've done all the side quests I can. Ow. Also, Zach said something. Yeah. Diablo 4's microtransactions also make it really hard for me to play that as well. That's why I prefer 3, personally. That's where I gotta go, right? It's closed down, but it's also being rebuilt. Actually, let's do a quick head over there and take a look at it. Alright, so I'm gonna want to get onto the comms tower there. Go there. Even though I can't open that comms tower, I can still head that way. He does well as a good angry Batman, but I mean, we keep making jokes about all the people we know him as. We've started calling him, Chris the Bat Hedgehog. Or, no, Chris the Bat Hog. Because he's done Resident Evil Chris, he's done Sonic the Hedgehog, and he's done Batman. He's also done Ezio Auditore from Assassin's Creed.
How'd he find us?
In which game did he play Captain America? I want to know if I own the game. Mainly. Avengers Assemble. Alright, I will have to take a look. But Asshog doesn't sound right, so we left that out. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that should be Arkham right over there. I can't see much of it because it's fucking snow. But I see the Manor's Tower. Alright. Back to story stuff.
Citizens in town. The bat ain't gonna know what hit him. I don't think he's ever had to deal with this much heat at the same time before. Don't forget about Shionis and Cobblepot. I've shot at Cruise. Ready! I'm still standing! You got no place!
I'll be at a disadvantage if I can't tap into the cops' communications. I should hack their mobile relay station.
I mean, that makes sense considering in this game he's still learning to be Batman. Chris the Bat Hog of America. Oh my god.
Rubio, what's your 20?
On the balcony for a smoke with a menace.
Those men on the balcony, that could be my way in.
Shut case. Penguin murdered Black Mask and his lady friend. We found the bastards, stubby little fingerprints right by the bodies.
Yeah, we got Penguin now. Like to see him squirm out of this one. Fingerprints, 2 dead bodies. He's about to do some time.
Yeah, except forensics will take all the credit. And I'm the one who found fingerprints. That's why they call it first response. First pickings on the loot, but none of the glory. Me, I take the loot over the glory any day.
Do, 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 do. Get fucked. Why did I tie a rope to them when there's a platform right underneath them? Oh, Chris the Italian Bat Hog of America. There we go. There we go. We figured it out. Chris the Italian Bat Hog of America. I know that these cops are corrupt. Would they be freaking out that their boss is dead? No. I mean, they're sort of freaking out that Loeb is dead. And if you can hear through the dialogue in game that they're like, they're upset. Did that just turn off? It just turned. What the fuck? Come on, headphones. I need you to charge. You can hear from the end game that they're freaking out that Gordon might possibly become commissioner. Okay. Ah, there's a thingy over there. It's not an entire copy and paste, but yeah, I can see it. It's pretty close copy and paste. They reused a lot of stuff, which, I mean, you can't 100% be mad at, but yeah. They also said because there's no cave in... I mean, Kevin Conroy... Wow, I can't even pronounce his name right now. Give me a second. Kevin Conroy, there we go, is more of a composed Batman. He's composed himself. He knows what he's doing. He knows about being Batman. If you're gonna have an early life Batman, you want somebody who's got an angrier voice. That doesn't mean that Kevin Conroy is a bad Batman. No, he's a perfect Batman. He is the perfect Batman. But considering this is a game of the beginning of Batman, he's still figuring his shit out. This is the first time where he's got to deal with something big. Yeah, it makes sense we have somebody who's got an angrier voice. And like Nick just said, it was made to give Rocksteady time to make Knight. They needed time. So they needed something to hold off the crazed fans. Unfortunately, the thing that they gave to hold us off wasn't the best. But they gave us something. One of the doors in this building is a reference to a character? Okay, give me a minute. I coughed and sneezed at the same time. Holy shit, that hurt. Ah. Thank you. To hold off the argument meets. I mean Batman fans. Okay. Let's take a look and see these doors. That doesn't look like a reference. That doesn't look too much like a reference. Dr. Penelope Young, psychiatrist. Ah, thank you for telling me. I would have missed that. I've missed it so many times since I had... Well, I mean, I haven't played this game as much as I've played Asylum and City. I've actually recently 100%ed the achievements on both Asylum and City. I'm going to go for this one, except for the online achievements, because, well, the servers don't exist, and I'm not going to go through some bullshit to play with people who just play to keep it alive.
Police believe Penguin murdered Black Mask. But why would he send me here if he was the killer? It doesn't add up. I can
That
reconstruct
looked
the
like a
crime scene with the
stupid
evidence
snap
scanner.
trap you do for animals for a second. Okay. Ah, we got a Christmas angel. A dead Black Mask.
Dicks!
I have been dicked by Pringles. Alright. Here we go.
This crime took place days ago. The fire and the exposure to the elements make identifying the victims difficult. The male victim is wearing a black mask, but I can't positively identify him as Roman Sionis without a DNA analysis. Something I can't do in the field.
Yet. If Batman existed in the Pokemon universe, what would you think of the Pokemon? That is a good question. But considering, if you look at the comics and the canon, his favorite Robin is actually, Starro? I think that's the name. It's a starfish alien, the one that latches onto your face. That's his favorite Robin. We're talking about Thomas Wayne Batman. That would be Power World. You know what? That's fair. But, I mean, considering if we look at it comically, that Robin is actually, canonly, his favorite Robin and his favorite son. And Batman has also had multiple animal companions. Batman in Pokemon universe would probably have a bunch of Pokemon to help him fight crime. He'd just have a bunch of Pokemon that would help him fight crime. And you know what? I think they'd all be dark types. Or psychic types.
I can identify the female victim based on her fingerprints. Tiffany Ambrose, Roman Sionis' girlfriend. Or one of them, at least. She was no angel. Long list of priors. But nothing to indicate she was the target here.
It would be tragic. Marrowbone. Marrowbone would be his main sidekick. Everyone knows why. How would I convince Batman to go to Disneyland or Disney World? Use Damien. First off, because after a lot of things that have happened to Damien, he has a soft spot for Damien. So, use Damien. Have Damien tell Bruce that he wants to go to Disneyland. And then just have the other kids keep jumping on it until he goes. And then, once there, honestly, Pirates of the Caribbean ride. Cubone. That then evolves into Marowak. Ryan, I'm sick. I can't remember things. I'm still reeling from my 3 vaccines.
The fire
at
spread
once.
as a result of a Molotov cocktail thrown into the room. It may have been intended to destroy evidence. The shallow trajectory of the bullet suggests the shooter could be someone of Penguin's height. But the grooves on the floor suggest that the victim was killed by someone leaning back in a chair.
I'm not a fake fan, I'm just a sick fan.
This bullet was fired from a revolver. Ballistics analysis indicates a low angle of trajectory. The shooter could have been someone of Penguin's height. But the pattern in the gunpowder residue suggests the bullet was actually fired by someone lying on the ground. These fingerprints are a match for the Penguin, but they're on top of the soot from the fire. The cops were right. Penguin was in the room, but these prints prove he was here after the murders were committed. If he didn't kill Black Mask, who did?
He showed up and went,
The
oh,
only
fuck,
thing I know
there's
for
dead
certain
people.
is that Tiffany's shooter was lying on the floor. But why?
Have I read DCKO? I don't think so. I haven't read a lot of DC stuff as much as I've wanted to. I used to have my subscription to the DC comic thingy online, but I'm too broke for that shit anymore. So I don't get to read a lot of DC stuff. I just pick my stuff up through being in the fandom and hang around fandom videos
These white
most of the time.
streaks are shoe polish. Whoever shot Tiffany was being dragged along the floor. Besides the victims, there were two other people in the room. Tiffany's shooter, and whoever was dragging the shooter. The location from which the male victim was shot may tell me more.
Shocked how DC has changed over the decade? Gotham Wars. I've heard about Gotham Wars. And what Batman did to Red Hood. That is shocking. That is something I'm not okay with.
The DNA here doesn't belong to either of the victims. Whose is it? The fight broke out when someone startled the shooter. It's not clear who won the fight. It could have been either one of them. I should review the evidence to see if I can learn anything more about either the intruder or the shooter.
Apparently the director on the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man trilogy wanted to do Batman, but they gave the rights to someone else. Ah.
Fabric analysis indicates the intruder was wearing a white suit or sport jacket. This fabric swatch could help identify the intruder, but I still can't identify the male victim's shooter. There's one impact area I haven't checked for clues. This DNA is from the female victim. The level of oxidation suggests it's been here for several days. If I review the evidence, I may be able to find out what she was doing when she was attacked.
She was wrapping a present.
She was sending text messages to Roman Psionics about someone named the Joker.
Da da da.
Someone killed Black Mask. But this crime took place several days ago, and I saw Black Mask earlier tonight. The only answers I have raise more questions. Who is the Joker? Was he the killer here? Or is he one of the assassins?
He has his own Robin and Batgirl?
An unknown shooter.
That's something I need to
Unknown
look
assailant
into.
To attack the shooter. I need to match the DNA samples against the records in the National Criminal Database to identify who was in the room. Alfred, I need access to the National Criminal Database.
Well, the only way to do that would be to infiltrate the Gotham City Police Department.
Then that's where I'm going.
Sir, you'd need to physically hack into their servers. If you insist on doing something that foolish, you'll need a powerful, non-lethal weapon. I recommend coming back here to pick up your concussion detonator.
Not a bad idea.
Ooh, new weapon. Let's go. Oh, his brother became Robin and his girlfriend became Batgirl. Nice. I mean, that would make a little bit of sense considering I believe his brother also has the same DNA in him, same Bruce's DNA in him as he does. So that makes sense of him becoming Robin. Like I said, I love my comics, but I'm a broke bitch, so I can't read my comics. When I stop becoming a broke bitch, I plan to read my comics again. She would not be able to fit in the original Batgirl outfit? Well, why not? I mean, I know her hair's not red, but other than that, why not? Oh. Hello, sir. I remember how to take care of you.
I got kids!
Come in, 8-2. Dispatch, Delta 4-4.
Okay, hold on. The original Batgirl outfit was meant for 12-year-olds? No! Because if you look at both the comics and the TV show, she was in college. She was in college during the first time she appeared. And she left college and became Batgirl after she finished college. Either that or she came back on a break. But she was in college, so she was at least 18 at that time. And in most comic canons, she was also 18 when she first became Batgirl. I think the biggest change I've seen in media since then was, in the Batman show, she was 15 or 16 when she became Batgirl there. And I believe Robin was like 12. Once again, in Batman the Animated Series, she was in college in her first appearance. And she became Batgirl after that. Because in that episode, Gordon said that she was home from college for like a break. And that was the very first time they met her. It was in, it was in that one episode where, it was in the Machines. The Machines were taking over. They replaced Gordon. And it was this dude and his mechanical wives. Like, vaguely remembering an episode here. It's been a while. But no, she was in college. She was in college when she first showed up before she became Batgirl. Which means she would have been 18 or older.
Can you raise Delta A2?
And my fucking... Again!
Stand by, 4-4. Delta HQ, Delta HQ, come in. Delta HQ, come in. Delta H2, report. Delta 4-4, no response from H2. Please proceed inside to confirm H2 status.
10-4 dispatch.
Welcome home, sir. The concussion detonator is on your workbench. Remember, if you use that instead of your fists, you'll do less lasting damage to those police officers and civil servants.
Noted.
Use your concussion grenade instead of your fists so you don't hurt the police. Hey, here's the beginning of the line launcher. You know what? He probably fucking did. Considering he likes to take apart and use a lot of different parts in his shit. As you've seen multiple times throughout the series. Like with him taking apart an MRI magnet to make the electrical discharge in City. According to this, Park Row's the next one I gotta go to, and I also gotta check all of the shit. I don't think anything concussion detonator can work for there. Alright, let's just double check my Park Row stuff. Well, then you're saying, did you know that Arkham City originally was going to have an online multiplayer where you were playing as the henchman trying to take over Arkham City? Oh, is that why Arkham Origins ended up having that? And it sucked? Yeah, they did recycle a lot of stuff. Okay. What else is needed? So that was the fight. Show me the actual thing you need to get through there. Oh, okay.